Yo, Gym fam, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Dropping Gems FX. You already know my main goal is to lace you guys up with advice and tips on how to take your Forex trading journey to the next level and to bring you guys along my Forex trading journey as well. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of the best trend trading strategies for beginners, right? I'm going to try to make this strategy really simple, really easy to understand, right? Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so as you can see on your screen right now, we are on GBP USD, and we're going to be using this pair to, illustrate an example of this strategy, right? So obviously this is the best trend trading strategy in my opinion for beginners. And personal disclaimer, I am not trying to tell you how to trade or what to trade. I'm just trying to give you ideas on how to trade a little bit better, right? So the ultimate goal of this strategy is obviously to catch the reversal of a trend, right? So let's get right into it, right? We're going to keep this really simple, like I said. Number one, I want you guys to spend some time back testing to understand the pair that you're looking to trade, right? You need to understand, the spread of the pair, how often the pair makes impulsive moves. Does this pair trade in trends? Does it trade in ranges most of the time? You need to understand that, right? Once you've done that and you spend a good time doing that, I suggest, just every Sunday take an hour out or maybe even less and just try to, try to figure out what happened last week or the week before that and try to put the puzzle pieces together, right? After you do that, number two, you're going to want to identify whether or not the pair is currently trading in a trend. So this can range, right? From 1 week, the pair could just be ranging. Another week, the pair could take off, impulsive move, and boom, it's trading in a trend. So you need to understand what the pair is doing at current time. So how do we, number one, identify the trend, right? We understood from our previous video that when we are looking to identify a trend, we need to look for a series of higher highs, higher lows for an upward trend, lower lows and lower highs for a downward trend, right? We already been through this, right? So I'm not going to spend too much time doing that. I will just refer you to my other video on that, so you can go ahead and watch that. So if we take this trend for an example, we can see that we have some higher highs, right? Or we have a high right here. So we can see that we have a high right here. We can also see that we have a low right here. And then we have a lower high, and then a lower low, again, a lower high, and again, a lower low. So obviously, we are now trading in a downwards trend, right? Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? Boom. And once you have that down, number three, you need to identify significant highs and lows, right? So if the pair is trading in an upwards trend, right? Price is buying, the trend is overall bullish, then you need to understand, okay, what are some significant highs we're looking for, right? All-time highs, all-time lows, some support, some resistance, major key areas, that kind of sort of thing, right? So in this case, we're trying to identify the significant lows. We can come here and see that this is a significant low, right? Which price eventually broke through, and then we have no other significant lows past that, right? So this ultimately, right, it ends right here. So this ultimately is telling you at current time, price is at an all-time low, and we like this. For this specific strategy, all-time highs and all-time lows kind of tend to work out the best in terms of probability. Boom. So we got an all-time low. And then number four is just to be patient. At this point in time, you want to figure out, you want to look for reversal signals. And typically, what I'm going to suggest to you is to look at this chart right now that's on your screen and to look for any one of these Forex chart patterns. And when these Forex chart patterns present themselves in a market, you'll be able to understand whether the trend is going to continue or whether we may see a reversal. Now, in this particular instance, in this example, we are going to be dealing with head and shoulder patterns, right? Exclusively. In this example here, we can see that we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay? So let me bring the rules back over here, right? we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? So what does this tell us? Well, this is a signal that price is going to go in the opposite direction, okay? So what do? You just sit, be patient, look for the signals, boom, now you have it. Have it outlined as we do here, right? This is the left shoulder coming to the all-time low, the head coming to the all-time low and rejecting, and the right shoulder. So at this particular time, you can be under the impression that price is going to reverse. And why do I say this, right? So we have a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? This is also a lower low right here. And then we have a lower high over here, and then even another lower low, although it's not that far from the previous low. At this point in time, we do have a lower high right here, but we also have a higher low. So by that definition, when we're looking for a trend, or we identify a trend with lower highs and lower lows, when we're trying to look for a reversal, we want to see a change in that trend, right? Instead of lower highs and lower lows, we want to see a higher low, right? A higher high. Or the opposite if it is a upwards trending trend, right? Obviously. So now that we have this higher low, we can see that price is starting to move upward. Then we have this inverse head and shoulders pattern present itself, and that's the second confluence. The third confluence that we have here is this floor, right? This support, this all-time low. Price seems to not want to go below that, right? Now, you want to be patient and wait for the breakout. This depends if you're a breakout trader or a retest trader. Personally, I am a retest trader, so I'm going to wait for the breakout and then get in at the retest, right? But if you're a breakout trader, obviously you have to trade, to your preferences so you can adjust this. Like I said, this is just for kind of, guidance. This is not, you don't have to abide by these rules exactly, right? So at this point in time, you're going to determine your entry and your stop loss as well as your TP, right? So it broke out of the head and shoulders pattern. Let me delete this right here. With the head and shoulders pattern, as you can see from the chart, right, we have a left shoulder, a right shoulder, a head, and as well as the neckline, right? So you want to wait for the break of the neckline, which would be this, since it's slanted, the break of the neckline, and then get in on the retest, right? So we have the break of the neckline right here on this impulsive move, and then this is where we can start to figure out where we're going to get in the market, right? So if I take this from here, we had the breakout already. Okay, breakout already. Let's get out the tool to look at positions, right? So our entry is going to be at the breakout, right? At the breakout, okay? Boom. Then our stop loss can either be below the right shoulder, which would be just, the perfect type of room, or it can be below the last low. Okay, just below the last low. So boom. Right? And then you can target any one of the other structures, right? So the last low that it broke through, the last support, I'm sorry. So the last support that it broke through, you can target that. Or you can go ahead and target, other structures, other structures above that as well. Just depends on what type of trader you are. Are you an intraday trader, a scalper, whatever the case may be. But for beginners, this is going to be the strategy that gets you like the most pips, right? You can see this is a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio, so we love that. This is a 7, almost 8-to-1 risk to reward ratio, so we love that as well, okay? So this is what we're going to do. Now at this point in time, you figured out your stop loss, your entry, your take profit. At this point in time, you need to figure out whether, if you have a take profit 1 or take profit 2, whether you're going to twin trade. Now, if you're going to twin trade, which just basically means you're taking out 2 positions, you're letting one run to TP1, and then you're taking your profit. You're not being greedy. Number 6, you're not being greedy. And then you're taking out the second position and letting it run to take profit 2, right? So let's see how this would have played out. Right, so we have the breakout. We have some stuttering in the markets. and then price is coming back down to the breakout area. Boom, you're in the market right there. Very minimal drawdown, and then you completely skyrocket. So at this point, you're in the trade, 2 positions, okay, 2 positions, you're in profit. You can see that price is making higher lows and higher highs, okay, right? So at this point in time, you can see that we have a higher low here and a higher low here, right? And we have higher highs on the upside, okay? So you've essentially catched the reversal of the trend with a safe trade, okay? With a safe trade, right? And it continues to climb until ultimately you hit your TP1. So you're out of that trade, beautiful trade, and then you just continue to wait. At this point, your stop losses are way beyond break even. You can secure some profits up here, and you just continue to wait, right? So like I said, guys, this is a very simple trend trading strategy. If you follow the steps, and if you alter it to your specific trading preferences, that can also work. But you know what I'm saying? This is exactly how you catch a reversal of a trend. And this is how you can potentially bank hundreds and hundreds of pips on a low risk entry, right? Low risk entry, okay? Guys, if you enjoyed the content in this video, I want you guys to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this video with your fellow trader, because you never know who you might help. Also, before I end the video, I want you guys to go ahead. My Instagram is going to be right here and in the description below. I want you guys to follow me, DM me any questions you might have, and let's kill these markets together, man. Let's kill these markets together. I'll catch you in the next video.